sacrifice, doing whatever I had to do to survive. I'm not saying what I did was alright. Trying to break out of the ghetto was a day-to-day fight. Being down so long, getting up didn't cross my mind. But I knew there was a better way of life, and I was just trying to find. You don't know what you do till you put under pressure. Cross 110th Street is a hell of a tester. Across 110th Street, pimps trying to catch a woman that's sweet.
Hello and welcome once again to Merlin Reviews. We continue our tour of the works of Tarantino with his third film, Jackie Brown. I find it rather interesting where this film stands in relation to the director's other work, and the reaction, or lack of reaction, his fans seem to have for it. We'll get further into that down the line. For now though, let's take a look at the movie itself. Unlike all of Tarantino's other work, this one is directly based on another work, the crime novel Rum Punch. Also, rather unlike most of his other films, this story is told mostly in chronological order, and with the violence and over-the-top cinematography and editing being significantly reduced. The film is centered around Jackie Brown, played by 70s action star Pam Grier, a middle-aged flight attendant who has gotten caught up in a criminal conspiracy. Struggling financially, she has come under the employment of a small-time gunrunner named Ordell Roby, played by Samuel L. Jackson. With her job as a flight attendant, Jackie smuggles money across the borders to keep Ordell under the radar of the authorities. Almost immediately in the film, Jackie is apprehended by ATF agents, one played by Batman himself, Michael Keaton. Jackie is thrown into prison, though her plight gains her the sympathy of a judge, allowing her bail to be a manageable amount. Ordell, wanting to tie up loose ends, murders one of his henchmen in a scene that is both comedic and chilling simultaneously, and plans to do the same to Jackie. He goes to a local bail bondsman named Max Cherry, played by Robert Forster, to bail her out. Max is immediately enthralled by Jackie, becoming sympathetic to her situation and offering to help. This help first comes in the form of a loaned gun, in which Jackie informs Ordell of a plan of her own, holding him at gunpoint, of course. The rest of the film follows Jackie playing both sides, hoping to double-cross both the ATF and Ordell's gang in a monitored money exchange in a shopping mall. Jackie is ultimately successful, managing to escape the authorities and Ordell. As my focus is usually character-based, we'll delve further based on each of the main characters. Naturally, we must take some time to discuss Jackie Brown herself. This film helped bring Pam Grier back from a stagnating career with a rather brilliant performance. Known for playing sexy femme fatales, Jackie is really much more of a realistic version of such a character. Matching with her age, she really seems like someone who has truly had a difficult life, and perhaps a few run-ins with the law, but despite all that, she's really a decent person who's probably had very few breaks. This film is named after her, and it's rather fitting, as she really does encompass the story. I find it fascinating how every character that interacts with her is really rather enthralled by her and sympathetic to her plight. Everyone simply likes Jackie. While it could certainly be stated that Jackie is manipulative, that's true in a purer way than the term is generally used, I'm sure. While she is lying through her teeth most of the movie, except to Max, it's purely out of self-preservation, not malice. She just exudes so much coolness with her intellect that she captivates the audience as much as she does the other characters. Perhaps the element that separates Jackie the most from Tarantino's other characters is that she's less of an exaggeration of a character type, but rather a very believable person. The whole film, and Jackie herself, seems so plausible. Jackie certainly shows that she can be tough and vicious when need be, but she demonstrates so much genuine vulnerability throughout the whole story. You know the whole operation could come crashing down rather easily. You want Jackie to escape. Her tenacity and stubbornness in the face of frightening circumstances really makes her final moments all the more sweet. Max Cherry is presented as a man also caught in less than wonderful circumstances, though mostly by his own choices. His position as a bail bondsman presents him with some of the worst aspects of humanity all the time. In Jackie, he sees a glimmer of hope within all his own cynicism. Yes, he does come to love her, and even though there is money involved, Max genuinely wants to help her simply because he fears for her safety. As I go through these films, I've begun to notice a pattern that there is at least one character in each film that is noticeably good. Max may not be a saint, but he has a strong moral character that is certainly purer than any other in the film. Even Michael Keaton's ATF agent, though not necessarily bad, cares more about making his mark than anything else. Jackie really does have Max on her side, even converting him to listen to some completely different tunes.
I gave my heart and soul to you.
Pretty?
I think my favorite scene between Max and Jackie are in the final moments of the film, where Jackie asks him to drop everything and come with her. In most narratives, the couple would simply ride off into the sunset. Here, Jackie ends up on her own, as she has been throughout the whole film. There are just so many complexities that come up here. Why doesn't Max go with her? It's apparent he loves her, probably more than anything in his life. The truth of it is, Jackie has the freedom to go wherever she wants and do as she pleases in the end. It's the type of person that she ultimately is and always has been despite her circumstances. Max, in contrast, is grounded in his life. Whether it's that he feels he's too old or that he's become too comfortable in his day-to-day existence, Max has some inclination that it's just the way it must be. Whatever the definitive reason, Max makes the best kind of sacrifice in a romantic relationship. He lets the woman of his dreams go. Though there is a bittersweet essence to it, the film does end on an inspirational note, cueing with funk tunes once again with the image of Max fading away. The two lives are separate again, but there is still fun to be had. There's really only one other major character left to discuss, and two others to some degree, namely Ordell Roby. Ordell is easily one of my favorite characters Jackson has ever played. At first glance, it may seem like one of the few stereotypical Jackson roles, tough gangster who curses a great deal. That's true, but Ordell is one of the most imposing figures Tarantino has ever brought to life. Roby is extremely vicious, more than willing to kill even close friends and allies, all while managing to keep up a facade of charm that is almost as hypnotic as Jackie's. However, another thing that makes Roby so threatening is, ironically, his ineptitude. He's really not a big crime boss or anything, just a violent and ruthless man with a temper easily boiling over into acts of vengeance.
Good looking out. Come on in, man. Come on, man. Let's celebrate.
Look here, I'm really supposed to be somewhere. Matter of fact, I was kind of hoping you could run with me.
What you mean?
You know, man, I hate to be the kind of nigga that do a nigga a favor and then bam, hit the nigga up for a favor in return, but I got to be that kind of nigga.
What? What you talking about?
I need a favor, nigga.
That requires me to go out tonight?
Just a bit.
Oh, you know what? Planning on going no place tonight, man. It is late as hell, man. I'm home. I'm high, man. Come on.
And why are you home, huh? You home because I spent $10,000 to get your ass home. Now look, I got a little problem, all right? I need some help. You can help me out. Now come on, go on in the house, throw some shit on. Come on, let's walk out to the car with me. Come on.
I also would like to briefly mention Ordell's crew, his old friend and colleague Louis Guerra, played by Robert De Niro, and his pothead girlfriend, Melanie, played by Bridget Fonda. There is a bit of a subplot in which Guerra, a bank robber who was recently released from prison, is convinced by Melanie to attempt to steal the money from Ordell, though he kind of changes his mind shortly afterwards. De Niro plays very much against type here, and rather well, as a bumbling has-been criminal who seems easily irritated by Melanie's criticisms. We don't really know much about these characters other than their interactions with each other. Melanie could very easily be the opposite of Jackie, manipulative for her own gain, but without the history of living in a world consumed by real crime. She's an amateur who's in way over her head, but simply doesn't realize it. Ultimately, her arrogance does get her killed. Fonda plays the character well, making her easily the most unlikable of the group. It's interesting that her death leads to the only real glimpse of humanity within Ordell that we see. Upon learning of Jackie's deception, Ordell is willing to forgive Louis's failure. However, when he discovers Melanie has been killed, he shoots Louis immediately.
I don't want to hear no fucking excuses,
I ain't
Louis.
giving you fucking excuses, man. But I'm telling you, I'm giving you fucking reasons.
Oh, you gonna tell me the reason you lost every goddamn cent I got in the world?
Hey, man.
You gonna tell me reasons?
You better.
Let me tell you the reason, motherfucker. The reason is your ass ain't worth the shit
Well,
no more.
You better fucking back off, man.
What the fuck happened to you, man?
Your ass used to be beautiful.
This doesn't seem to bring him any pleasure, however, as Louis was his oldest friend who has simply become a liability. In a way, Ordell has lost the two things he cared about the most. All that is left for him at this point is revenge. And money, of course. I find that Jackie Brown is on an interesting scale of popularity within Tarantino's filmography. People either seem to rank it very high or rather low. Even more common, it seems to be the Tarantino film that is least discussed, because it's usually the one people haven't seen. As stated, though, it's still regarded as a very good film. In Tarantino's work, Jackie Brown comes at a transitional period. His previous works were flashy, but still very gritty and highly experimental. Jackie Brown is an almost complete deviation from Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. It's not so much about the violence or the one-liners. This time it's about really fleshing out the characters and telling a solid story, and an adaptation no less. Interestingly, all the films following Jackie Brown would be full-blown epics and complete homages to other types of films, whereas his early work had mere hints of these possibilities. Jackie Brown is the first that really focused on making the characters more defined as people, a pattern that would continue in his future work. I think the main reason this one isn't discussed so much is simply because it's the least Tarantino of his films. However, I think it's possibly the greatest proof of his talent, in which he does something much more restrained and still making it his own. For me, there are enough elements to demonstrate that it is in fact a Tarantino movie. It's still a crime drama. There is one perspective change in the timeline. There are still quotable lines and a great soundtrack. It's also still an homage, particularly to 70s cop films and blaxploitation. After all that, what do I think of Jackie Brown? It's easily one of my favorite films of his, probably second. Many people find this surprising, but the reason is very simple. I think that this movie simply is Jackie Brown. I love this character and her portrayal. For me, she's one of the best examples of a strong female character. Though it's not an action movie per se, she's still tough, strong-willed, but obviously fallible, sensitive, and feminine. Few directors can pull off strongly written women as well as Tarantino, something that I think is often overlooked about him. I just love this character. I also think the story is very good. Ordell is one of the best Tarantino villains and often overlooked in addition, and the soundtrack, naturally, is just so addicting. I think this is easily some of Tarantino's best work, and if you haven't seen it, please check it out. Perhaps you'll fall in love with Jackie Brown as much as I have. Well, that's it for Jackie Brown. Next time we'll be taking a look at a little film called Kill Bill.
Doing whatever I had to do to survive. I'm not saying what I did was alright. Trying to break out of the ghetto was a day-to-day fight. Being down so long, getting up didn't cross my mind. But I knew there was a better way of life, and I was just trying to find. You don't know what you do till you put under pressure. Across 110th Street is a hell of a tester. Across 110th Street, pimps try to catch a woman that's weak. Across 110th Street, pushers won't let the junkie go free. Across 110th Street, woman trying to catch a trick on the street. You baby, across 110th Street, you can find it all in the street.
Now look, all you got to do is lay in here and hold on to this motherfucker, all right? I'm gonna tell him I'm going in the trunk to show him the goods. When I open the trunk, you pop up and rack this motherfucker.
Man, fuck that shit. I ain't finna shoot nobody.
I ain't saying nothing about you shooting nobody. All you gotta do is hold on to it. They'll get the idea.
Man, you must be out of your fucking mind if you think I'm finna get in this dirty-ass trunk.
We ain't going nowhere but to Koreatown, man. You ain't gonna be in here no more than 10 minutes.
Man, I ain't riding in no goddamn trunk for no minute, man. Why I can't ride up front with you?
You can't ride in front with me. The surprise element is 90% of it.
I'm sorry, man, but I ain't getting no goddamn trunk.
I can't believe you do me like this.
Do you like what, man? I just ain't climbing in no goddamn dirty-ass trunk, man. I got a problem with small places, no.
Well, I got a problem with spending $10,000 on ungrateful peanut-head niggas to get them out of jail, but I did it. And how small was that jail cell, motherfucker?
Look, man, I know I owe you. You got to bring all
if
this
you
up.
owe me, then get your ass in this trunk.
Man, I want to help you, but I won't be locked in no goddamn trunk of no car.
You think I want to spend $10,000 on your ass, huh?
Man, I know
Do you think I
helped
wanted
me
to
out.
spend $10,000 on your ass?
Of course you
yes
didn't,
no?
man, but you the nigga get in the
But that's the
trunk.
only way I could help you, right? So that's what I did. Now look, man. All I'm asking you to do is get in the trunk, hold this fucking shotgun, and point it at these Buddha heads when I open it.
You catch
all
a
right?
nigga off guard with this shit.
Look here, look here, look here. I tell you what. When we get through fucking with these Koreans, me and you go to Roscoe Chicken and Waffle on me. Think about it now. That Skull special, smothered in gravy and onions, side of red beans and rice, some greens. That's some good eating.
Man. Exactly how long I gotta be in this motherfucker? Hey, you said 10 minutes.